camera, please. Scene 2, take 1, be Mark.
Now I feel very peaceful. That really kind of...
That's called lion's breath in yoga. It's an actual thing.
And there's a whole room full of people doing this
Literally,
noise?
there's a whole room full of us going,
I could never keep a straight face in one of those places, I don't think. I think I would just be...
And then there's, I can't remember what this breath is called. Horse's breath.
Of course it is.
Well, think about horses. They
Yeah,
do that.
horses do that all the time.
Yeah. And apparently lions go. They stick their tongue out when they breathe. Is that a thing?
I don't know. Never studied lions.
Maybe I should Google it.
Oh, is this the divorce thing again?
The divorced
Divorced
wiggle.
women always wiggle.
Tell me come on. Come on, Marilyn. You've never met a divorcee
Who's all shimmery?
who's not wiggled.
Shimmying?
You've never met one of these? Come on. In all your years of living.
Maybe family parties.
Marilyn, come on.
Truly.
Join the club. Leave his crazy ass. We're going to Tahiti next fall.
Oh, okay. If it's a year from fall, I can make my 50th wedding anniversary.
And then
ditch him.
asshole.
Right. There you go. It's all planned out.
You don't need him. Men are trash.
Absolutely.
Well, anyway, Mom's about to trip out because she's drinking something called psychedelic water. We don't know what the active ingredient is in this because we threw the box away. But literally it's called psychedelic water, and some company sent it to me. And Mom's like, I want one. So Mom is drinking psychedelic water right now. She might start tripping through this podcast. FYI, just warning all of you. Trigger warning, Grandma might start tripping. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button and drop a little comment saying what's up.
Who better to try it than someone from the 60s?
Honestly.
Really?
Let's talk about tripping. Let's talk about you tripping specifically. Tell me about that. Tell me about your best tripping experience. Well, there's so many.
We did it regularly when we went to concerts.
Regularly.
When we went to concerts.
Acid, mushrooms, what?
Yes.
Oh. I'm like, name them all. She's like, yes.
Yes.
Acid, Molly, mushrooms, yes.
Well, and this is something that
Acid, Molly, mushrooms, weed, yes.
This is something that I never realized. So we had a wedding shower.
You were tripping your balls off it?
No,
Okay.
but, and this was just a friend's one. This wasn't family on either side. And it was some people that we hung out with on a regular basis. And I didn't know this, but they spiked the punch with MD.
MA?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Who was this?
Just a friend.
This was a wedding party?
No, it wasn't a wedding party. It was a shower.
Wedding
They knew we
shower,
were getting
sorry.
married, and, you know, it was just a...
And you didn't know that?
No, nobody knew that except for... What was her name?
Get out of here.
Can't think of what her name was. Anyway, yeah, she spiked the punch.
No. How was it? Was it fun?
Oh, it was a lot of fun,
Really?
and everybody was very happy.
Whoa.
But, yeah, 60s. It was a different time, a different era.
Different time. Did you burn your bras?
I didn't wear a bra ever.
Okay. That's even more 60s than burning one.
Well,
You
it was
just never
60s.
owned one?
I think my mother gave me some when, you know, because she gave my sister ones at 12 because she started developing early, whereas I didn't start developing until I was like 17.
And even then,
And even then, yeah.
there wasn't much development.
No, 32,
I can
double A.
I can
Yeah,
say that.
not
Really?
that.
Double
Oh,
A?
yeah.
Get out of here.
Teeny tiny.
Double A?
Yeah,
Really?
yes. Like virtually non-existent.
I'm very small, but not a double A.
Oh, yeah. No, it was like a hair up from a training bra.
So you really didn't need a bra.
No.
Did most women in that time not wear bras, or was it more just?
You know what? It depended. If
Yeah.
you were like big,
Yeah.
you
Totally.
wore a bra
You
because
want the
otherwise you got a
support.
backache.
Yeah.
So, but otherwise, no, it was very, that was, and
for those of you listening,
who's drinking the psychedelic drink here? Dribble, dribble,
those
dribble,
of you
dribble.
listening, I just spilled water all over myself. I cannot not spill things.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. What is that?
You don't latch properly with the
But
glass.
how have I not learned that in my 22 years of living? What is so funny, Chris?
I think you learned that by 25.
Well, then I wouldn't know, just yet, would I? How to drink properly. Just a teenage girl.
This really is
What?
good. It's blackberry,
Is it?
and I'm a fan of blackberry.
Really?
Yeah, I like
How
blackberry.
do you feel?
Fine.
How many fingers am I holding up?
2.
How about now? Oh, just kidding.
Besides, that's not what you're supposed to do to check for hallucinations. You're supposed to go like this and ask the person how many trails of hands they see.
Really?
Oh, yes. We were at a concert once where they were saying, don't take the yellow sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
If it's out, don't take. It's bad, don't take. So concerts were just kind of like that.
Right,
Then.
right, yeah.
It was a different
Wow.
scene.
What fun.
Lots of fun.
Whoa.
Lots of bands, lots of fun.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. It's pretty much what we did every weekend.
Every weekend?
Close to.
You were just tripping balls every weekend?
No, going to hear music, I meant.
Oh.
Thank you. No.
That was more periodic, but the going to live shows.
Yes.
Who was your favorite band that you ever saw? You don't have to have a favorite.
No, and it's hard because there's so many people that were so good. We were at Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young when they first introduced. We were at Crosby, Stills and Nash when they first brought in Neil Young, and that was pretty phenomenal.
I love Neil Young.
Yes, me too.
Old man, look in my eyes.
Look at my life.
Oh, is that what it is?
I'm a lot like you were. And he was talking about the man that he bought the property from in California.
Really?
Yeah. And the guy was like, well, what do you do that you can, afford to buy this like small ranch type thing?
Mm-hmm.
And the song was his answer to that. Because the guy was looking at him like, you're a young hippie. How can you afford this? Da, 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 da. And he was, I'm a lot like you were.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting. But that was a great show, a really, really good show.
Yeah.
Queen. Oh my God, Freddie Mercury. Can't beat that for a show.
That's amazing.
Yes. Joni Mitchell.
Oh, yeah.
And she was by herself. She played piano, she played guitar. She was just so good and amazing. We saw so many people. There's people that I didn't see that I regret, like the Beatles.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't you see the Beatles?
When the Beatles first came out, I think I was in 6th grade, and we all saw them at the movie theaters. That they showed their concerts at the movie theater, and by the time my parents were letting me go to concerts, they pretty much weren't touring anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen them.
That's so fun.
Saw Bette Midler. She was amazing.
Really?
Yes.
Bette Midler?
Yes.
I didn't know you were a Bette Midler fan.
Yeah.
I always knew her as an actress, but never really a singer.
Oh, she's a great singer. Barbara Streisand type.
Yeah.
Very powerful voice. and-
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the Divine
go-
Miss M show.
Did you go to Dad to that?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'd been with Dad forever. Who else would I go with?
I don't know. You've got a lot of friends.
I do have a lot of friends.
So I got questions
Good.
from the audience.
They're saying, don't let your daughter feed you psychedelic water.
Exactly. Okay. My Gypsy Wagon asks, hey, Mom, how do I know if I'm ready to have children?
I think pretty much the same way you know if you're in love with somebody.
Totally.
If even when you're doing something else and it has nothing to do with them or kids, that's what's popping up in your mind all the time.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at other people's kids and you think, oh, I really want one of those. And, you know, I think that makes you more ready.
I do think, though, after having kids, people have this idea of what it's like and what it actually is like. And like, or when people say, I want a baby, it's like, well, a baby is 1 year. You're a baby for 1 year. So it's really, do you want to raise a human? Because that's what you're doing. And so the baby phase is 1 year. And then you've got them for the next 18 plus.
Way more than 18.
Well, right. But presumably some are moving out, going to college, whatever. But like, yeah, you have them forever, whatever. But like, the responsibility is
huge.
So insane. So, I mean, there should be a really strong desire and just awareness for what it means to actually raise a human.
Absolutely.
You know? And I think some people romanticize the idea of having a baby because it is fun and exciting and cool, but it's like, wow, the hardest thing too that you'll ever do.
Absolutely.
And the most rewarding and gratifying. It's all of the things.
Yes.
Someone described it as brutal and beautiful. And I thought that was pretty accurate.
Yeah, I think it is.
You know?
I think if there's a spectrum of experience,
Yeah.
it's both all the way at the good and at times all the way at the bad.
Yeah.
Because you're exhausted and all you want to do is sleep. And
Yeah.
there is none of that. Or
Yeah.
you're sick as a dog, but so is the baby. So guess what? You're not sick anymore.
Totally. And so it's like looking at like who your partner is and are they ready and are they clear on what their responsibilities are going to be?
That too.
And just, I don't know. So.
Well, and lots of people have babies without partners, but it's twice as hard.
Yes.
Because there's nobody there to help.
Yes.
But yes, I think that's how you know is when you're kind of consumed by it. The other thing I think most people should probably do is babysit for a friend or nieces and nephews.
Totally.
You know, get a little bit into the experience.
Because you might find out that you hate children.
Yeah, although I think that people that hate children kind of know that right away.
Yeah.
You know? There.
But then there's some people who hate children who are incredible parents. Like, I've got two. Now, I'm not going to say my sister Colleen hated children, but she was never like, I was always at family parties, was always like me and the little kids, and I was playing with them and being goofy, and my mom was too, and we were just always with the little kids. Whereas Colleen was like, no, thank you. But she's like literally the best mom I know, like one of them.
Yes.
One of the best moms I know. Like, she's an incredible mother.
She is.
But she was never like a kid person, ever.
No.
And same with my friend Megan. Megan's like, kids are so annoying. Like, literally, why don't they just stop talking so much? Like, literally, why are kids so annoying? And they, like, kind of smell. And that was...
You do such a good Megan.
But that was always how she, you know, she just... And she'll tell you that, too. Like, I never really like kids because they're, like, stupid and annoying. But, like, I love my own. And, you know, but, like, again, she's an amazing mom.
But only her own?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Even if you're not a kid person, you could still be an incredible...
Well, your Uncle John wanted nothing to do with any of you guys until you could hold some sort of a conversation with him.
Oh, right.
Because before that, he had no use for you.
He never had kids.
No, he didn't. He didn't want kids.
Right.
Again, he found them annoying.
Yeah.
If they would come already intellectually mature, he would have jumped right in.
He just wanted an intellectually mature baby. Is that so much to ask for?
Apparently
Seriously?
it was. Yeah. Just didn't work out for him.
Jesus.
Those thoughts that creep into your head.
Someone asked, do you sing any songs together? Mom, what songs do we sing together?
What have we sung together?
Love is a rose, but you
Better not pick it, only grows when you're on the vine. Handful of thorns and you know you've missed it. Lose your love when you say the word mine. I wanna go to an old hoedown, long ago in the western town. Pick me up if my feet are dry. Give me a lift and I'll hay your wagon.
By the way, we're not like, that's like super folky and like...
It's Neil Young.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
What? Which is folk?
It's Neil Young.
How did I never know that was
He's always been a rocker.
Love is a Rose, Neil Young?
Yeah.
Wait, Linda Ronstadt, and Neil Young.
The other song that I used to sing with you guys all the time, and I don't know if you remember it, it was a Janis Joplin.
Which one?
Oh, Lord, won't you buy me
Oh, yeah.
a Mercedes
Yeah.
Benz?
I remember that one.
My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz?
Yes.
And then it was a color TV,
Yeah.
because Dialing for Dollars was trying to find me.
Wait, why did we always sing Going to the Chapel? Do you remember that when we were little?
Yes, I do, because it was
Going to the chapel.
chapel and
Wait, do
we're
you remember that?
gonna get married.
Why did we
Yes,
sing that?
because you did it for a talent show
Yeah.
at Fairmont.
Mm-hmm.
So you all learned it. I made you all poodle skirts. You were so cute.
Do you remember that one song? Once there was this kid whose parents made him come. Parents made him come directly home right after school. Do you remember that?
I do, absolutely.
And when he went to their church, they saw birthmarks all over her body. Why was that so weird?
I think you just, because that was literally how it sounded, which
Are you
wasn't.
tripping it?
No, I'm not tripping
All
yet.
right.
Just keep checking on me, though.
Once.
Yeah.
Wow. Hold on.
You guys went through all sorts of phases as far as songs go.
We did.
Ooh, do you remember I'm Gonna Tell?
By the way, I'm not being rude. I'm reading questions. I just feel like I'm being rude because I'm looking at my phone, but I'm reading questions for us.
Do you remember I'm Gonna Tell?
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna tell, I'm gonna tell, I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna yell. I'll get you in trouble for everything you do, 'cause I'm gonna tell on you.
Yep. We sang all sorts of weird stuff at our house.
We do.
We
did.
absolutely did. All the Beatles.
Or remember when we would sing, my neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. You remember that?
No, I don't remember that. No. We did not sing that when you were little. We definitely did not sing.
Do you remember when we would sing, something's going on, can I smell your dick? Why you coming home?
No.
5 in the morning. Something's going on, can I smell your dick?
No, Earl's Gotta Die was as close as we ever got to country music.
Oh, I loved that one.
Yes.
Marianne and Wanda were the best of friends all through their high school days. Dixie Chicks were such a vibe in the late 90s, right?
They were
Both
wonderful.
members of the 4-H club.
Both active in the
All right. Your relationship is inspiring to us people who have shit for parents. That's
I'm
all.
sorry.
Yeah.
But I also have a wonderful kid. I think that is huge. I think it go.
I don't know. I was a little shit for a while.
You were
Definitely a little
challenging.
Shit.
Yeah, you were more challenging than either of your sisters. I'll say that. But so entertaining and so amusing. Things were never dull. You're as beautiful today as you were then.
Really?
Yes,
Just
absolutely.
saying that?
A little bit, I am just saying that. Right now, you're not looking your best. Maybe it's the water. Is
Are
that
you
your
tripping
face?
yet? I wasn't doing anything with my face.
Oh, then I'm definitely tripping.
Okay. Of the Hound, who's actually a really brilliant poet, he writes poetry and performs it online. He asked a question.
Okay.
When do you see yourselves in each other the most? When do you see yourselves in each other the most?
I see myself in you with the way you handle your children.
Really?
I do.
Interesting.
I do. You're fun and you're funny and yet you're super loving, which I think is important, and you build them up all the time. You know, there's no don't do that, or you're dumb, or anything like that. It's always the other way.
I don't say you're dumb, but I do say don't do that.
Well, everybody,
I do.
you know, I mean, everybody has to say don't do that every once in a while.
Yeah.
But it's not like you have a house where it's like, no, no. And that was something that we didn't do either. We did things like, and you guys hated this for a long time. Can you think of a better way to do this?
Right.
You know, can you sit down and think of why you did it and maybe a different way?
Right.
And you guys would not be happy with me when I would do that. You used to hate that, all of
Right.
you. But I also see you in storytelling.
Yeah, I see that, definitely. I think we parent similarly too.
Yes,
Definitely.
yes. Humor, mine is like, if we were going to go for TV ratings, mine would be PG, and yours wouldn't quite be PG.
Yes, I have a slightly more vulgar sense of humor, but I think that's generational too.
That
It
very well-
definitely is.
Yeah, yes.
You know, and
Yes.
you've gotten a little raunchier as you get older. I find.
Only because I'm spending so much time with you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I just rub off on you.
Well, it's, you know, kind of when you're in Rome.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
I definitely. There are times, and I wish I could recall what those times are, where like I say something and I'm like, oh my god, I'm my mom. Oh my god, I'm my mom. Oh my gosh.
And isn't that terrifying the
Yes,
first time it happens?
it is.
I know.
I say something, I'm like, it just even the way I say it, I'm like, Jesus, that's mom.
I'm becoming my mother.
I mean, I'm not saying that's a hoot. You know, I'm not there yet, but like close.
You may never be there yet.
Close. This podcast is sponsored by AG1, y'all. AG1 is an amazing green supplement. I take it every single morning. It's packed with 75 different vitamins, minerals, whole source food ingredients. Y'all, it's completely vegan. It helps with gut health, energy, hair, nails, strengthens your immune system. It's all your vitamins and minerals all in one drink. You just take a scoop, put it in the cup, mix it around, squeeze a little lemon in there. I like to, and it tastes so good. If you order it through me, just go to drinkag1.com/idiot. Again, that's drinkag1.com/idiot, and you can get a year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs. Y'all, it's your nutritional insurance. I love it, and I know that you will too. Okay, rolling? There's one spot left on the lifeboat of the sinking Titanic. Who's going?
Between Laura and I?
Rock, paper, scissors?
No, definitely not me. I'm going. I've been here for 70 years. You're just starting. You have a lot to do.
I'm midway through. Are you tripping yet, or did you?
No,
mean
I'm
that?
not tripping yet.
Okay.
I've always felt that way.
Yeah.
I think any parent feels
I
that
know.
way.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna fight you. I would have rock, paper, scissors, but
Yeah. Well, okay. So
all right. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors. Then go.
rock.
Rock, paper, scissors. Shoot.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Sucker.
Paper, scissors.
You're dead. Oh.
Oh, see, I am dead. We knew it.
Oh my God. No, I
was
feel
going.
bad.
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
a goner.
I'm a goner.
Okay, someone said, compared to 10 years ago, how much have you grown, changed as people? 10 years ago. 10 years ago, you weren't a grandma. Isn't that weird?
Yes.
one's 10
That's incredible.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
The oldest grandchildren are 9.
So think of how much your life has changed.
That's very true. And I am a kid person. That's my
Now you got a lot of
happy
grandkids.
place. Yes, I do. And I love it.
Yeah.
I do. How about you?
Well, I was newly-ish sober a few years in.
Right. That's true. That's a huge... Actually, your anniversary is coming up.
The 29th.
29th of October.
Yeah, I'll be 12 years the 29th.
That's amazing.
Yeah, 26. I was just getting my feet wet or just discovering the internet and,
Mm-hmm.
you
That
know,
you didn't have to do.
writing my own content and stuff. So
Audition
finding
after
my voice.
audition after audition.
Yeah, finding my voice, newly married at the time.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm changing so much all the time.
Well, and I think everybody does.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, my life hasn't changed that much, but I was still working at schools,
Yeah.
you know, at that point in time. I was trying to adjust to my daughters being gone.
Yeah.
And that's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do.
Yeah.
You know, is have you guys live so far away.
Yes. Though by that time, you had already, maybe not adjusted, but I'd been gone since 17, 18.
Right.
So it had already been
Right. But it's
years.
always hard. You know, you miss things you miss you guys at family parties and at all of that kind of stuff.
I find like what is important to me has changed the most in 10 years. Truly. Like my priorities have shifted so much. I think at mid-20s, I was obsessed with becoming successful. I had to become successful. If I didn't, then it wasn't that I wasn't enough, but just like I felt so ambitious and so obsessed with having to achieve my goals and my dreams.
Right.
And I tied them to myself. I'm somehow, if I don't achieve this, then like I'm wasting my life.
Right.
Which now I just don't believe that at all. I think I could have become a yoga instructor and been just as happy. And made my friends laugh just the way I'm making millions of people laugh.
But that was always your goal from the time you were a little kid.
No, I know, but I'm saying my idea that I had to do it on this big scale has changed.
Yes.
And I've realized like making a lot of money doesn't make you happy. I understand making enough to not have to worry about bills does improve your happiness. Like I get that.
Right.
But I'm saying like fame, or there was a period of time where I was making a lot. I'm really not right now, but like there was a period where I was, and like that's what allowed me to buy my house and all that. But like I can't say that it really added to my happiness.
Right.
Like what adds to my happiness is like having good solid relationships with friends and like little things, just my kids doing yoga, or like just the little things, honestly.
Yes, absolutely.
The
little things all compile to make up the big thing.
Yeah.
And I find I'm 70 now, so when I was 60, I was still working.
Yeah.
But other than that, I haven't changed that much. My friends are still the same. I still value them.
Yeah.
In a huge way. They're very close for me.
Yeah.
I love my family. I adore my family. But my friends are a very close second.
Has your outlook or your perspective changed, or just your outlook on life, or your values, what's important to you? Has that changed in a way? And that's okay if it hasn't. Like I would just say for me, like I honestly think my main thing is understanding like truly that happiness is an inside job, and like I didn't need to actually, I think my ambition I thought was going to lead to, this is my calling, I have to do it, I have to be successful, but it's not actually why I'm happy or why I'm not.
Right.
It's like when you look on a big scale, like Robin Williams taking his own life.
Sure.
Like he was like the ultimate, oh my God, I could never compare to that. But like he probably was like, I'm really funny, I have a gift, like, and did it. But like that did not solve
his problems.
Right. No. It's so wild to think.
Well, and I think change in and of itself is hugely different when you're in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s, even your 50s. But, once you're 60, between 60 and 70, our changes are different. They're slower, they're might not be as dramatic as your changes, but that doesn't mean that you stop learning and you stop changing. I think you still do. I think just the pace is different, and you're not as needy,
Not as needy. I like that. Just the pace is different, because if you think about it, if you're 2, 1 year is half your life, 1/2 of your life.
Yeah.
So like that's and then like from 1/60th of your life.
Right.
Right. It's
yeah.
Am I making sense?
You are making sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, even that, a little bit slower, yourself way better, one hopes, than you did when you were, especially in your 20s or your 30s. You can be a completely different person by the time you're hitting 40 and 50. Your goals are changing. You're more grounded.
I've noticed too, besides you being more grounded, also you don't care as much what others think.
No.
I've really noticed that with you. Like even growing up, it was just, you just naturally do. I do. I wrestle with that. I watch you and I'm like, cool, can't wait to get there one day. But I'm not there yet, you know? Like,
Yes.
but you are. I've noticed that with you. Like you'll just, or when I ask you to do crazy things with me, it would have been a hard no,
Oh,
you know?
definitely no.
Years
I
ago.
never
and
thought.
now you're like, okay, let's do it.
Never thought I'd be singing some of the words that you have had me sing.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely true.
Yeah.
Would never have done it.
So that's cool. What do you think inspired that change of just like not caring what people
You know what?
think?
Well, not caring what people think is a part of it. But the thing that's remained consistent is I'd do anything for my children.
Right. But you wouldn't have always done that for me. No way, Laura.
You know what?
Get that camera away from me. What are you doing?
I probably wouldn't have thought that you should have been doing it if it was earlier than you started doing it.
Right.
You know, if I thought it was going to impede your development, you know, I definitely wouldn't have been doing it and I would have been discouraging it.
I see.
But at this point in time,
So it's not really an interchange of you caring less what people think. It's just you doing anything for your children?
I think it's a combination of both.
Okay.
Because I definitely have friends that would absolutely not do it.
Uh-huh.
But
But in general in life, okay, nothing to do with me, do you feel like you care less what people think?
yes, absolutely.
And why do you think that is?
I think you realize that it isn't important what other people think.
Right.
It's only important what you think about yourself and what the people who love you think about you.
Yeah.
And not even the people who love you, the way they think about you. That shouldn't change you either. But you should try to work that one out.
Why does it take us so long to get there?
Because I think life is a cauldron, because it's Halloweenish time, a cauldron of all of your different experiences, you know, and it just takes time to believe it.
Do you believe in God?
I believe that there's something.
What do you think that something is? How would you define it?
I know how I wouldn't define it.
Yeah. Sky Daddy?
Yeah, because when religions talk about an all-powerful, all-loving, all-merciful God, I always think things like, why would he let a child like my sister get cancer when she was 2 and be in pain for the rest of her little short life, which lasted until she was 4? For me, that's not kind or merciful. So I have trouble with that. But do I believe that there's something in the universe that's greater than we are? I absolutely do. Because how else would you explain the wonders of
Yeah.
the world?
Totally.
So,
Just our existence
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
miracle.
yeah. So I have trouble with that. And I have trouble kind of with organized religions. I find many of them too greedy,
Yeah.
you know, and some of their rules arbitrary.
Yeah.
And many times the people who are supposed to be the most Christian, you know, the priests, the nuns, the ministers, the whoever, tend to be the least Christian
Yeah.
in my experience.
Totally.
So, yeah,
The hypocrisy.
I definitely believe in something, but don't know what, or can't define what. Still not tripping.
Still not?
No.
Do you feel anything?
No, but it's very good.
That's good.
Yeah.
William Worley asks, what do you love about being an autism mom and grandma?
The uniqueness.
Yeah, what do you love?
I love how unique Alfie is.
Yeah.
I love the way he expresses affection like nobody else does, but when he expresses it, it's not like that, bye, I love you, you know, and you go, you know that the person loves you.
Yeah.
But with Alfie, when he wants to show you that he loves you, he like will run up to me and just tap his head on my tummy and look up at me and then run right back away.
Yeah.
And for me, that's a hug and I love you, Grandma.
Yes.
I love having somebody who has such a different perspective. And as he gets older, I can't wait,
I know.
you know, to see what's going to develop next.
Totally.
you know?
I just want to so desperately know what he's thinking.
Me too.
Don't you?
I do. But
Sometimes he just will sit there and just be laughing so hard.
right.
I just want to know, what are you laughing at? What's funny? Tell
And have
me.
his own little conversations.
Because Poppy at 2 already tells you what she's laughing at.
Yes.
Tells you, gosh, just, it's wild.
Yes. She narrates everything about herself.
Yeah.
Poppy's running faster. Poppy's eating.
Poppy's
Yeah.
so sad.
Yeah.
Poppy's very, very happy. It's
Poppy's
just-
a funny girl.
Yeah.
Pape every once in a while.
Yeah. Poppy.
When her British side is coming out.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited and I adore him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this at lunch. Just like, I think having a child with a speech delay, like, and just a developmental delay, every little thing is like such a
That's true.
big deal. And because
Yes.
we could see how hard he's trying. And so that's cool.
It is.
Because I see like parents of like neurotypical kids and their kid does something and they're just like da 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 da. And I do that too with Poppy. Like
Sure.
she'll say a new paragraph and I'm just like, yeah, and I acknowledge it and it's great, but it's just so normal.
Right.
Whereas like a child who's different,
Mm-hmm.
like says one new word or like does some new skill and it's like, whoa,
Yes.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like there was a week where Alfie ran around saying, oh fuck,
Yeah.
and I was like, called Steven, he's saying oh fuck, and he's like, oh my god, amazing, because it was just something, you
Yeah,
know, he's
yeah, yeah.
talking, he's,
Yeah.
and we were so excited about that
Yeah.
for 1 week.
Yes. And then he found something else to say.
Yeah, he doesn't say that anymore, but I know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, and he's just so uninhibited. You know?
Just balls out.
Well, that's
Good
yeah,
morning. Here are my balls. What are we having for breakfast?
it's very true. But anytime he gets wet, everything must come off. So every time he goes in the pool, he's got his little trunks on. The second he hits the water, those trunks are gone.
Well, we need to fix that, because what about pool parties, you know? What about
Well,
pool parties?
He had a pool party with all the cousins. The girls were fascinated. The ones that didn't have a brother, because they don't get a lot of that, you know?
Okay, it's cute now, but we need to sort that out.
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, but it would be wonderful to be that uninhibited about your body,
Right.
you know?
But I think all toddlers are.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think you develop that until later.
We were at a huge family reunion type party at the Irish Heritage Club. And you were about 3, and it was getting close to time to go home. And I said, we're going to have to leave, but first we're going to change into PJs.
Yeah.
And there had to be 200-300 people in the room. And you just stripped right down. Whereas the other 2 wanted to go to the washroom and do it.
Yeah. Right.
And my uncle came over and said, she is going to be very popular when she's older.
Which honestly is kind of a gross thing for your uncle to
A
say.
very creepy thing for
That's
an uncle to
actually
say.
Super gross
Isn't
to say
it?
that.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Like that's where his mind went. Because you're sexualizing a child.
absolutely. But that freedom goes away. And I don't know that Alfie's will.
I hope it does a little bit. I hope it does a little bit.
Right.
Because
I
that's
could
a
s-
federal offense. We're like out to lunch. He's like, you know what? I could do without these.
Or if he spilled.
I do think it's an age thing. I think that
Yeah.
he'll understand that we need to wear clothes. And we're working on that more. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I used to let them run around naked a little bit in the house, but now it's like, no, we put on clothes.
We put on clothes. Well,
Yeah,
you
and-
said Poppy was starting to do it.
Yes, but they don't really do that anymore so much.
No.
No.
Although he was fighting getting dressed this morning for school.
Yes. But I think that's normal too. Like sometimes kids don't want to get dressed for school. He does seem to love school.
Which is great. And that part I miss. Because you guys would get home and I would say, tell me one thing you learned today. Or what's something that you had a lot of fun doing. And that level of communication isn't there yet.
No,
But I believe it will be.
I do too. I think by like 5 or 6, Maybe 6 it will be. But I can tell he likes school just from when I pick him up and he's yee.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
like,
When he
I'm
does a
happy.
little happy feet dance.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. Although I've always heard that, because you guys would talk a blue streak when you got home.
Yeah.
And you talk about everything that happened in such minute details. Sometimes it was, please be quiet.
Yeah.
Somebody, please be quiet. But friends that had boys, and I never had boys, would say, when I say, how was school? They say, fine.
Yeah.
Where you would, oh, Susie wore this, and I, blah, blah, blah. And every single thing that happened, you
Interesting.
went into great detail on.
Yeah.
So I really felt like I knew a part of your day,
Yes. Yeah.
or the teacher yelled at this specific person. Why? You knew that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It would be a blow by blow of your day. And that makes you feel so connected because school is the first time, well, not for everybody, working moms, of course, but you're really separated
Yeah.
from your kids. And I don't know, I always wanted to hold on to that.
Yeah. Although I gotta say, I'm loving school. Bye. Bye. See you later, skater. I mean, the break is nice.
Yes.
It is.
Yes, the break is nice.
It is. And he likes it. And it's good for him because he's social with other kids.
Right. And that's huge.
Oh my God. I think it's so good for him. And then it's good for me too.
Yes.
It's just good for everyone.
That was the initial idea behind preschool, was what they were supposed to, rather than ABCs and counting and that kind of stuff, they were supposed to be focusing on socialization and kids getting along with kids.
Yeah.
So that when they got to the more strictly educational part of it,
Yeah.
they already knew how to be within a group,
Yeah.
and how to act. But everything's gotten so much more competitive than it was back then,
Yeah. What do you mean?
Just that, all the academics are coming so much earlier.
Oh.
And parents feel, we've got to get on this. And I don't know that I agree with that. I think you need to let your kid be a kid
Interesting.
for a while because it's never going to happen again.
Right.
Well, not never. I guess if you get Alzheimer's, it might be happening again soon.
Right. You're finding he's more childlike.
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Like a 6'4" toddler.
Well, but like even simple things like playing a game, like Yahtzee, right? Where you throw dice.
Yeah.
He's like, whew. He's got all these dramatic moves that you would when you were a kid and take such glee.
Really?
Yeah. I got sixes,
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a bit of that.
That's kind of nice.
Absolutely. He so enjoys playing and it's good for his brain to play.
It's really good for his brain to play.
It is. And he loves it.
Wow.
He gets home, it's the first thing, not, hi, how are you? We going to play tonight?
Oh,
Because we play every night.
I love that you do that.
Yeah. Well,
It's so good for him.
yes, it is.
Okay, we were just talking about how uncomfortable it is to take selfies. Well, because selfies, you guys...
Never.
No. What would you do? Turn around a big ass...
Well, no,
camera?
you'd set a little, and they were big, but you would set a timer and you would run back into place wherever you wanted to do. But truly, I didn't know anybody that did it, and nowhere near the extent that current people do it.
No, literally.
Because
And
now it's obsessive. There was always some kid in school taking a selfie of themselves.
Totally.
It's like, really?
I know. And I don't want to judge it. I just can speak for myself in that taking selfies, it never feels good. It feels like I'm not really adding value to anyone's life by posting a selfie, which is why I don't tend to post them, because what value am I adding other than look at my face? Who cares?
And by definition, are selfies usually, or can it be like the whole thing?
It can be your whole body or your just your face, taking it like that. But
Yeah.
I do feel like social media has created like a bunch of narcissists or like narcissistic
tendencies.
Yes.
I have no friends that do selfies.
I'm curious everyone's thoughts on selfies. And again, I'm not trying to judge it. And maybe I do sound judgy right now because I have my own issues around posting something that's like, hey, look at my face and my body. What do you think about that? And it's like, I don't know. I struggle hard to do that. So that's why I'd much rather post a video where I'm like acting like a clown, being goofy, because at least in my head, I'm like, well, I'm making them laugh. Like that's adding some value. But like, what value is a selfie adding?
When it's a serious picture, you mean? Because like
Yeah,
our
yeah.
selfies, can they also be something like funny that you're doing?
If you're taking a picture with a friend or a family member, even that's like showing a dynamic that you care about, which
Yeah.
to me is like, oh, look, it's like
Yeah.
someone with their friend and that's sweet, or like their kid or their mom or something like that. Like, I don't know. I think I posted a picture of us like literally last year at Christmas time, just you and I together. And that I didn't feel weird about because it was like you and me. And
Yes.
it just didn't feel, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. Whereas I don't know. And I wonder how you guys feel about that. Or do you think, no, I feel beautiful. I want to post that and show that I feel beautiful and own my beauty. And if someone comments negatively about it, that doesn't affect me because I know who I am and I love myself. Like, are you there? How are you there? Get me there. I want to be there.
And how old are you if you're there?
Yeah. Or is it just unhealthy?
Oh, selfies?
Yes. Is it, yes, it's normalized, but guess what else is normalized? Porn. You could argue that porn is unhealthy, not good for relationships. It can be addictive, or like, what else is normalized? Alcohol is normalized. It's not necessarily good for you.
No,
you know,
it's definitely not good for you.
not
However, psychedelic waters probably
psychedelic water.
No.
Let's normalize that.
still normal.
Let's normalize that.
Yep, nothing going on here.
Yeah.
Like I said, kids in school took selfies all the time.
Yeah.
And then what do you do with them? Do you erase them?
You post them in hopes of getting attention.
Oh,
And like from people. In a
Sure.
in a sense, that's part of it. Like
Right.
that doesn't sound good.
validation. You're looking for validation.
Yeah. And that doesn't feel good to say or sound good to say. And I think maybe argue me on this. Maybe it is just self-love and me saying like, this is me and I want to share me with you. And
Or I got a new sweater and I love it.
yeah, look at my new sweater. I love my new sweater. Like, like I was going to post, I literally took a picture of myself saying, bye-bye bleach. Like I
Right.
got rid of the bleach. I went more natural, my natural dark blonde. And so I was going to post that to say like, hey, look at my hair. I changed my hair.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got so scared. Oh my God, no, I can't do this, because what if people don't like it? And then I'm setting myself up to get my feelings hurt. So there's that thought of like unnecessary criticism that sometimes I just don't want to deal with because it makes me sad and I don't feel like being sad today.
Good.
Right.
And you shouldn't let it bother you anyway.
I know I shouldn't
Right.
let it bother
But
me.
it's hard.
But it does.
Right.
It does hurt my feelings.
Sure.
And, you know, and so it's like, I don't know, why am I setting myself up for that? What value is me taking a picture of my hair?
To put yourself in a vulnerable situation.
But what value is it adding to anyone?
Well, but it's showing kind of a dramatic change.
So what? What value is that adding to
Well,
anyone's life?
Because
Serious question.
I think that you have followers that care about you and actually truly care about you.
But I'm not even texting that picture to my best friend Jack or Holly. I'm not even showing them because I know next time I see them, they're going to go, you darkened your hair. And I'm going to go, yeah. And then we're going to move on because it doesn't really matter. You know, oh my God, you look great. Thank you. But I'm
Okay.
not like,
Are we talking about in the grand scheme of things? Like, does this have value to humanity?
Yes, because if you're posting it to however many followers, and it doesn't matter if you have 300 followers or if you have, in my case, if I'm posting it to my Instagram and my Facebook, that would be 17 million. So do 17 million people need to know that I darken my hair a bit?
A percentage of that 17 million probably do need to know.
Why do they need to know that? What value is that adding? Whereas like the reason I got on social media was because I was like, oh, I'm funny, let me make you laugh.
Right.
So that was why I did it.
Absolutely.
And that's why maybe I wrestle so hard with doing anything that's not
possible.
that. I like wrestle with it.
You know what, though? I think thought-provoking, some of the people that you've had on, and I don't mean me necessarily, I mean some of the other interviews that you've done. You just did a fascinating one with...
Dr. Amen.
Yes, that one was really good. And Lauren the Mortician, that one was very cool too. That represents as much giving as giving humor.
Yeah, but that's adding value.
Right.
So I can see, I have no, what is it, no qualms?
Yes, no qualms.
No qualms about releasing an interesting interview with a mortician or with a doctor, a mental health expert. That's all interesting stuff. And to me, that adds value. So where I struggle is like, what value does it add? And I think too, an element is I'll see a selfie of a girl and I'll go, oh my gosh, she's prettier than me. Oh my gosh, I don't have that, whatever, that body or that this. And I know you go, Laura, you're so beautiful. How could you? Well, it just happens.
Sure.
We sometimes can compare. So am I contributing to that? Maybe, or something. I don't know. I'm overthinking it.
Big time.
I'm overthinking it.
Yes, you are.
Maybe I should post the picture and go, is this adding any value to anyone's life? Should I just do that?
Yes, and see what comments you get.
Is this adding
Is
any
this
value?
of any value?
Because I feel like this picture's not adding any value. Is this picture adding any value to anyone's life? Should I do that? Is that a good idea?
You notice she's not asking me, she's asking Chris.
Yeah, and you.
It'd be a good social experiment. I'd be curious.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm overthinking it. Are you even tripping yet?
No.
This is ridiculous.
I'm sorry. And I've almost downed the whole thing.
Well, we gotta go because Carla's leaving now, but this was fun.
Oh, right.
I had a good time.
Me too.
I had fun. I'm sorry you're not tripping.
It is a hard life.
Well, guys, thanks for watching Idiot. This was so fun.
It was definitely fun. It always is.
It always is. And make sure to subscribe to my YouTube if you're watching, and subscribe to my... Wait, do you subscribe to Spotify or you follow? Follow or subscribe to Spotify, whatever you do. Just do it so you get notifications. And there's a new episode coming out every Thursday. Whoop, 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 whoop. We did it. We're live.
Woo.
High five. And you're not tripping, but
No.
that's okay.
No, not.
Next time, my mom will be fully tripping. We'll make sure of it. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.